Hello. Thank you for watching. My name is David Gereghty. I'm the president and founder of Tree of Life Global Services and the author of a new book called Yes, You Can Now. And I wanted to tell you a little bit about the book and also at the end, tell you about some great breakthrough bundle packages that I've created in conjunction with this book that I think will be really helpful for many of you because it's been really helpful for me. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I look forward to sharing details about this new book and the materials, corresponding materials that go along with it. So let me show you a little bit about the book. So yes, the book is called Yes, You Can Now, Breaking Past Limitations into Living Limitlessly. And I essentially wrote the book from my own experiences, specifically around a breakthrough that the Lord gave me in 2025, where I saw massive breakthrough in my own life from prior limitations into seeing many things come to being creatively and just in my own spirit, but also in my daily life, seeing many barriers that were destroyed. And this is kind of like my testimony book of what the Lord did for me and what I know is available for everyone who is willing to go through the process. And it is a process, it is a journey, but a little bit about the book. So it's just arrived and is in print now on Amazon. Again, under the name Yes, You Can Now. It's a paperback and also an ebook. So either of those options are available. It's also available on my publisher page called lulu.com. And you'll see the links below for Amazon and also for Lulu, where you can purchase the book. It's also available on my website, davidgereghty.com or kingdomadvancementtech.com. So you can find those links available here. So just to speak a little bit about the book. So the book addresses several different fear-based barriers and strongholds that many of us live with, and I being one of them. And what I've discovered along this journey of, I'm now 50 years old, so I have a few years behind me now where I've learned a few things. And one of the key elements is identifying areas that hold me back from who I want to be, who I'm called to be, and the purpose that I have on my life. And it all begins with identifying that purpose. Like, why was I created? What did the Lord, the creator of the universe, when he formed me, who did he call me to be? And how I'm living today might either align or be separated from that purpose. So in my walk, I've been able to discover key barriers that have kept me limited, kept me in the realm of no, I can't, instead of yes, I can. And so a lot of testimony I put into this book and a lot of practical stories of where I was limited and how the Lord saw me through those limitations into breakthrough. One of the key elements for the book and why I wrote it was in 2025, coming out of a real major health setback. I discovered I had a herniated disc in my neck. And it was really debilitating. I went from driving everywhere for my girls' soccer team games and practices, and just doing the busy life of a dad with two teenage girls, to flat on my back for most of the time, just occasionally getting up to do some computer work for work, and then the rest of the time in bed resting because the pain was so intense, shooting pains in my elbow and shoulder and arm, and numbness in my fingers, and really just found myself in a real tough spot. And that journey towards healing took essentially about 5 months from the first time I felt the symptoms to when I finally had surgery, and then recovery from surgery. So it's quite a intense time of pain. But in that space, when the Lord had me really confined, I couldn't drive because I could barely move my neck, without shooting pains. And so I was pretty much homebound and a lot of times bedbound for most of those 5 months. And so I had time, I was still, fortunately I work from home, so I was still able to do work. But like I said, it was in a limited capacity, back and forth between my desk here and in my bed. And, but in that space and time, the Lord really just opened up some things for me. And one of the things that he wanted to use that time was to show me how much in my own thought process I was limiting him and what he was able to do through me. A lot of times I remember growing up, and I share this in the book, a lot of times I had the nickname growing up as Veto, because a lot of their ideas, my friends' ideas and plans that they would have, my first instinct was to say no. And I thought that was kind of a funny name, but in honesty, when I really started to see the impact on my life of what that looks like, of being a no first person, I could see a lot of limitations, a lot of missed opportunities. And so during this season when I was in bed and the Lord was just speaking to me and revealing this mindset of no first and limitation, and he opened up for me that passage where it says, with man it's impossible, but with God all things are possible. And as he began to address and deal with that no first mentality, he was showing me how I was saying no to him in most areas of my life where he wanted my yes, I was giving him a no. And when I began to realize that, he took me through the journey of discovery and identity of who I am and how he sees me. And once I have that perspective of who he sees me to be, and again, as my creator, as my designer, as the one who put purpose and a design and a calling, as the one who gave me those things when he created me, I wanted to listen to what he had to say. And when I found that identity in him, it began to open up. Okay, if that's how I was created to be, then surely I have everything I need to be able to accomplish that in full. And the reality is, I don't want to leave this earth and go to heaven and just only to find out what was possible and what was prepared for me that I turned down to live a much more limited and reduced life. And so as I began to see those things, the Lord began to really do heart surgery and mind surgery, so to speak, within me, to be able to break past some of these barriers in that process. And while I was physically limited by this injury, I saw some of the most productive time in my whole life. In the 5-month span, I was able to write 6 books and publish them. I created 5 websites and developed 4 apps, and all of which are now available, and published books, apps available for purchase. This very platform that I'm actually recording this video on is a platform that I designed and really designed and published, and is now available, called kxlive.org. And it all came during this period of time of being in bed, limited, and the Lord's purpose for that time, I believe, was to show me how all things are possible. And my human limitations are no match for the limitless abilities of himself through me as I give him my yes. So essentially, that's what the book is about. It's my journey, but also real practical steps to get firmly rooted in identity in him, my identity in him, then my identity through him, what's possible with him working through me, and then thirdly, to be able to truly see who I am without him in order to fully recognize the fullness of who I am and who I'm created to be with him. So that's the essence of the book. And so for me, the book was just a starting place to write my testimony, the process the Lord led me through into limitless living, and how that looks practically in my life right now, but then also to create supportive content from the book to walk others through this journey of identity, breaking past barriers of limitation, and then 3, walking and living limitlessly through the power of Jesus living within us, being led by the Spirit, and reframing mindsets that have kept us bound, kept me bound for sure, and have kept us bound, to reframe those into align with what the Word of God says and how the Word of God can be lived practically in our lives daily. And so that's the process that the Lord took me through. And so I created several different bundles, I call them breakthrough bundles. And so I'll show you a little bit about what is there. So let me show you the 4 different bundles that I created in association with this book. The starting point being, read the book, go experience what I experienced, and understand my journey and how it applies to you in practical steps to identify potential barriers, potential belief systems, identity, limited identity perspectives, all those things. And then as you walk through those in the book, which I believe just in the book, you'll find great breakthrough, but then also to be able to have resources outside moving forward. And so I have 4 different bundles that I created. The first one being a personal resource bundle. And that focuses on practical guides, steps, scriptures, audio tracks, journal prompts, and worksheets that you can, in your own pace, in your own time, by yourself with the Lord, walk through this journey and encounter deeper level of transformation and breakthrough than is just in the book alone. And it really is designed to be a daily walk with you, alongside you, to encounter a deeper level of breakthrough and renewing of the mind and identity resources. So that's the first bundle. The second bundle that includes the personal experience is the Breakthrough Community Experience, which is, again, walking through the concepts of the books, but now it comes with a study, small group study manual where you could walk along with others in community, sharing your journey and your experience to be able to encourage one another. I mean, we're designed to live in community and designed to walk in community. And so I've created a bundle that actually invites others into not your journey with God, then invite others into your journey to walk alongside you and build momentum in that. Then the third breakthrough bundle option is the mentorship path. And I'm really excited about this because I really invested a lot of time and effort into creating a mentorship book. And so it's a manual, so to speak, that not only for yourself, but for others while you're, the community aspect of things, but it takes it to such a deeper level because it's actually working on a lifestyle more than a one-time breakthrough or a transformation that sometimes can in a moment occur, but it'd be hard to sustain. This is the track designed to walk not only you one-on-one with you, but also in a group community cohort setting, to be able to have coaching, to be able to have personal growth mapping for mapping out. These are the things I've identified now. How are the steps do I walk through that? But greater than just one-time experience that can often happen in our life where we have breakthrough and then we see regression later. This is designed to really empower and to walk alongside and to inspire a lifestyle of change, and then maximize and accelerate the transformation in your own life and share it with others. So that's the mentorship path. And then finally, the Limitless Life Intensive. This is, again, it comes with all the other aspects. So you still have the mentorship, you still get the community, you still have the personal daily resources for your personal growth. But this one is really focused on how to take all of these elements that have been learned and all the tools, and then create a lifestyle where you are actively living in limitless life, maximum breakthrough, but you're also imparting breakthrough everywhere you go. So you're not just, it's not just a me first plan. It's a Lord, do it in me, and whatever you've done in me, I'm gonna give it to others and be a resource for others. So it really is aligning every aspect of your life, your work life, your home life, your marriage, if you're married, if you're a husband or a wife and you're raising kids. It's a full scope of everything affected by this reality of living in true identity with God the Father, in right relationship in a community setting, and then being raised up really in a way of living that sees maximum breakthrough wherever you go. And so I've been such a huge benefactor of personal breakthrough, and then what it looks like to live in community and experience breakthrough where iron sharpens iron, where friends and people that are willing to walk with me in the hardest times of my life, my spouse, and then but also friends and companions beyond that, and seeing what it's done. It's all these elements have led to my own life where I am now, in the journey I still am on, to living limitlessly and to breaking past the old mindset in me and living in transformation instead of experiencing single points in time transformation, living in transformation. So that's kind of what I wanted to share with you today, and just all the resources are there on yesyoucannow.com. So you can look further into it. There's a preview of the book. You can read sample pages and chapters from the book. You can look at all the different bundle options that come. So it's not just a book. It's actually an invitation into a lifestyle of transformative and limitless living by first and foremost aligning properly with who God says I am, or who God says you are. And so the book is the gateway, and then these resources are there to be available at whatever level you want to experience ongoing breakthrough and really taking what you learn from the book and what you glean from the book and what's been imparted through the book, taking it to the next level and having tools and resources. Again, it's from my life experience. It's what I have been through. It's what I have encountered, and what the Lord's done through me is available to you. I'm not special. I'm just simply one that the Lord is. I've given my yes to the Lord finally after all these years, and seen His word that is faithful and true play out in my life in practical daily living. And I really want to walk with anybody who's willing to jump into that same journey and walk alongside you. And first as a place of support, but then also as a place of we can walk together, and together we're better. The more people walking in the fullness of who they are, walking alongside one another, man, what a difference we can make in this world. And it starts with us in our personal walk with Jesus, but then it carries over to our walk, our home, our marriages, our family, those that are around us, and then beyond, community living. And I believe this is ultimately what the church is always meant to be, is walking side by side in life together, living limitlessly in the power of the Holy Spirit and the freedom that He's given us. And so let's do it. I hope you partner with me in the Yes You Can Now lifestyle. And look forward to talking to you. Here's my email. You reach out to me, any questions, anything I can answer for you, and however I can serve you in your journey. But I hope you take advantage of the resources available, and look forward to hopefully meeting you someday. So thank you very much.